A huge call from Andy Farrell to start Sam Prendergast at 10 versus the Springboks. An area of his game that is well known to be not the strongest, his defense, an area that the Springboks will most likely target. But is that something Andy Farrell wants? A Springbok team that can beat you in so many different ways. If you know what they're going to come with, you know that they're probably going to run down that 10 channel. It's something that you can then prepare for, something that you know they are going to do. Definitely a question mark around that decision. Rassie Erasmus has put out a very strong squad as well. A few guys out injured. And this is going to be an absolute cracker. A cracker of a game. The unofficial Autumn Nation Series final. Ireland versus Springboks at the Aviva in Dublin. It does not get bigger than this. Two of the most passionate sets of fans as well. Love both of them. Sometimes some of them can be unbearable, but let's just call it passion. Let's just call it passion. Two strong sides, and I can't wait for this showdown to happen. We're going to get into the teams, get into some matchups where I think the game will be won or lost. And as always, jump in the comments, join in on the conversation, share this with your mates. We're almost at that 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. And let me hear your hot takes. Irish fans, Bokke fans, what's your score predictions? Who's scoring the first try? How do you see this game playing out? Where do you think the game will be won or lost? Let me hear it. Let's have the discussion about it. Join in on the comments. And let's just get straight into it. So we'll stay on the Irish team first. So we got Andrew Porter, Dan Sheehan, Ty Furlong up front. Then James Ryan, Ty Byrne in the locks. Ryan Baird, Josh Van der Fleer, Caelan Doris, your back row. So Van der Fleer back. Then 9 and 10 of Jamison Gibson Park, Sam Prendergast, Bundy Arking, and Gary Ringrose in the centres, and back three of James Lowe, Tommy O'Brien, Mac Hansen. On the bench, we've got Ronan Callagher, Paddy McCarthy, Finlay Bealham, Cian Prendergast, Jack Conan, Craig Casey, Jack Crowley, and Tom Farrell. Oh, man. Some of the interesting decisions. So up the front row, that goes without saying. That's kind of to be expected. The locks as well. Then the back row, obviously Josh Van der Fleer coming in, Jack Conan dropping to the bench, Caelan Doris moving to 8. The big one is obviously around Sam Prendergast. Jamison Gibson Park is your 9. That goes without saying. Sam Prendergast, the big one, everyone is going to say it. There's going to be a lot of talk before game about it, is around his defense. My thing, I think, with it is, obviously, firstly, Andy Farrell knows exactly what he's doing, right? He's not putting a player out there that is out of his depth, that can't do what is expected of him to do as a 10 for that Irish team, for them to perform at their best level, right? He would have had the tough conversation with Jack Crowley, with Sam Prendergast, and has come up with his reasons why and has picked Sam Prendergast, okay? Everyone is, his defense, he doesn't defend well. Springboks are going to target that. They're going to target that. They're going to target that. Maybe that's what Andy Farrell wants. Maybe he's got a couple of plans in place for when they target him. Maybe because South Africa can beat a team in so many different ways, he's going to try and channel them to play a certain way, which is run at the 10. Maybe am I thinking about it too deeply? Maybe he wants that. While South Africa can beat you in so many ways, he's going to try and channel them into playing at a certain area of the field or down a certain channel, which is that 10 channel. He might be trying to angle things into what is comfortable for him or how he wants to go about the game. I might be thinking about it too deeply, but that's just my quick thoughts on that. Bundy Arky and Gary Ringrose in the centres. Obviously, McCloskey injured. Gary Ringrose comes in at 13. Robbie Henshaw drops out of the matchday 23. Excited to see someone like Tom Farrell on the bench. This will only be his second game coming up against the Springboks. How good. He's obviously covering centre. Could probably cover wing if needed. And then will be interesting to see how Paddy McCarthy goes when he comes on later in the game. Did really well versus Australia in the front row last week, but a whole different kettle of fish with the Bokke. And scrumming is going to be a big part of the game throughout the whole game. Jumping over to the Springbok team, so we've got Bourne Venter, Malcolm Marx, Thomas Tutoy up front, then Eben Etzebeth, Ruan Rokia in locks, back row of Siya Kolisi, Peter Steph Tutoy, Jasper Visser. Kobus Reinach, Sasha Feinberg, Gumazulu 9 and 10, then Damien Dallender, Jesse Creel in the centres, and back three of Cheslin Colby, Kanan Moody, and Damien Willemse. Don't mind that back three at all. On the bench, we've got Johan Grobelaar, Gerard Steenekamp, Wilco Low, RG Snyman, Quagga Smith, Andre Esterhuizen, Grant Williams, Mani Lebok. So it's gone for a 6-2 split with Andre Esterhuizen being that hybrid of can cover centre, can cover flank, and has been doing so really well the past couple of weeks. So the team, the Bok team, so obviously Kurtley Orense, I think, has concussion, so he drops out. Kanan Moody was outstanding versus Italy on the weekend where he did play 13, but we know he does bits for whoever he plays for on the wing. Really good. They're good in the air. He's got X factor about him. He's a bigger body. He's fast. He's got a lovely little goose step. Strong as well. Can run over the top of you. Man, and he links up with Damien Willemse and Cheslin Colby. That's Ireland. If you're kicking the ball, you want to have a strong defensive line because you have these three guys running back at you that can just pull things from anywhere. Watch out. All right, so now we're off to key matchups, and we'll start up front. The hookers, Dan Sheehan, Malcolm Marx. The Mount Rushmore of hookers at the moment. Two of the best hookers in the game going at it. You absolutely love to see it. Both of them are like having an extra center or an extra flank on the field. But nailing their core roles as a hooker is going to be super important here. You want to nail your lineouts, strong carries when needed as well, getting around the park, being a disruption at ruck time. They both are really good at that as well. But I think lineouts, like your set piece, your lineout throwing, connecting with your locks, that's going to be the big one there. And man, it's two of the best hookers in World Rugby going at it. Dan Sheehan, Malcolm Marx. That's worth the price of the ticket. How good. The next one, we've got the lock, stock, and two smoking barrels. We've got Tyg Byrne up against Eben Etzebeth. Oh, man. This is juicy. Oh, man. It doesn't get better than this. Two very different type players, but both super important for their teams. Tyg Byrne is more the work rate. Loves to carry the ball. He's got a bit more flair with ball in hand. It gets through a ton of work, makes your tackles, makes your carries, good in the liner. Where Eben Etzebeth is more your confrontational lock, your physical, your lead by physicality, loves all the contact areas. And man, this is a juicy matchup. Like I said, two very different style players, but going head to head, and also two of the best locks in World Rugby as well. Man, you've got some matchups here. And then the last one, I've got the young ballers, the ballers at 10. The two young ballers that have been given the keys to drive their team around the Aviva. How good is that? Two massive confidence players. They want to get early touches on the ball. You want to have good positive touches, whether it's kicking out of hand, whether it's making that first pass, just nailing your first couple of jobs, and you can ease into the game. Love how they both have also their unique way of going about their business, but they go about their business and don't sleep on either of them because on their day, both of them can have a game. We saw last week how good Sam Prendergast was. That was his first real opportunity in the Autumn Nations series this year. Sasha Feinberg has been on a world-class run of form at the moment, and he just will want to better and better and better at that. Obviously, what platform the forwards lay for them, that'll make their jobs a hell of a lot easier. Where I see the game won or lost, firstly, set piece. You have to nail your scrums and your lineouts. Scrums, yes, Springboks love a scrum. They love packing down a scrum, whether it's their ball or the opposition's ball. They're going to target you in both areas. They want to get the penalties from that so that they can kick to touch, nail their lineout, nail them all, and hopefully score off the back of that. So scrumming is going to be super important for both teams. Line out as well. Line out for Ireland was shaky at the start, but has come good. Last week versus the Wallabies was Really, really good for them. Springboks have always had a dominant line out. It's been patchy throughout the year, but they really come strong when they have to nail. When the pressure's on, I feel like they really nail their lineouts. And both teams, it's such a massive attacking platform. The defensive line is 20 meters back. You've got so much time to then set your moves or get over the advantage line. And I've said this numerous times as well. Over the ad line on first phase is so important. It just gets the teams on a roll. You get them coming around the corner. Defensive line is just going back and back and back. They don't have time to set and then press up to apply pressure like that. So first phase of a line out, getting over the ad line for South Africa and for Ireland, very important. We saw how Bundy Aki did it last week so well, and then Ryan Baird ended up scoring off the back of it. Springboks do it really well with guys like Damien de Allende as well. And or if they have forwards out the back to run off a short line out to run those balls. Ireland do it really well of that, and they play a lot of their plays off their lineouts, so lineouts will be super important. And then lastly, it's converting your opportunities into points. In these big games, there's small margins, right? You only get X amount of entries into the 22. The scoring points off the back of those opportunities is not a given. The class teams score 80%, 90% of the times they enter into the opposition's 22, they're coming away with points. Whether it's a try, a drop goal, a penalty, whatever it is, they're entering into the 22 and they're scoring points. And in these big games, you want to be doing that. It don't matter who you're up against, you want to be doing that. And then it's also deciding when to go for the jugular. When to read the momentum of the game, when to see how the opposition is looking like. Are they exhausted? Are they out on their feet? Do we leave the 3 points? Do we go for the corner? Do we back ourselves? Do we get that line out, set the maul, either score off a maul or score off a move off the back of a maul? That is also super important. We saw how the Springboks did that versus France at the back end of the game. Up against it, give 3 points, decided to go to touch, read the momentum of the game, scored. Came back down, did the exact same thing. Give 3 points, went to touch, scored. And for Ireland, that'll be super important as well. Sam Prendergast will want to have his boot on a tee. You want to be kicking well off the tee. And if that's not happening, back yourselves. Back yourselves. We've seen also coming up, if you want to beat the Springboks, 1 or 2 points from the tee, that's not changing much. You want to be scoring tries because we've seen how the Springboks can score tries. They are going to score tries. They're going to go for tries. They're going to play expansive rugby. The way to counter that is by sending your own snake in the snake hole. You don't try and lure the snake out. You fight fire with fire. If they're going to score tries, you score tries. That's how you beat them. That is how you beat them. Ireland, I've just given you the secret sauce. You want to beat the Springboks, score more tries than them. How smart am I? It's that old saying, how do we beat the opposition? We score more points than they do. But that's it. Oh man, I'm excited for this one. Do I have to do a prediction? I'm gonna do it. I'll predict. I am a Springbok fan at heart. Where after the game, I'm gonna call rugby as rugby's always first. But I'm gonna go the form the Springboks have been on at the moment. Yes, Ireland are their bogey team, but Springboks have just been on a different level. They've faced adversity. They've played with less players on the field for big chunks of the game and still found ways to win. So with that in mind, I'm going to go Springboks to win this game by like 3 to 5 points. If anything more than that, I'll be shocked because no matter what form Ireland are on or how many games they've played together currently or recently of late, they are going to step up 3-4 gears here, and it's going to be a cracking game. I can't emphasize that more. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. What are your predictions? How do you see this game playing out? Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. And guys, I'll see you on the other side. I can't wait for it.